Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, former cop dies in suspected suicide. A former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force was found dead at home in a case of suspected suicide on Thursday in Clarendon. The deceased has been identified as a Deleon Butler, 65, of Tulip Street, Longville Park, Clarendon. About 6:35 p.m., Butler's body was found suspended by a belt inside a closet in his house. The scene was processed and the body removed to a funeral home for autopsy. The Longville Park police are investigating the matter. Former Waterhouse footballer freed of rape and abduction charges. A former Waterhouse footballer who was accused of raping a 16-year-old girl was on Friday freed of rape and abduction. Stephon Brown, 28, was found not guilty on both charges by a 7-member jury following a trial in the Home Circuit Court. The jury, which consisted of 4 women and 3 men, deliberated for an hour before handing down the unanimous verdict. The Crown led evidence that Brown threw the complainant over his shoulder following a party on a Sunday night in October 2018 in Waterhouse and carried her home. It is alleged that Brown held down the teenager and raped her in his home. But during cross-examination, the complainant was unable to recall critical details before, during, and after the sexual encounter, such as whether Brown was known to her and what time she reached the home after the alleged rape. She claimed that she arrived home at 11 p.m., but the evidence said 3 p.m. She also recounted details of the incident which were never reported to the police. The complainant for the first time recalled that Brown had torn his clothes during the encounter and that she had beaten him twice while resisting his advances. Brown, in his defense, maintained that the sex was consensual and that the complainant lied because of a disagreement. He also contended that they had known each other for some time before the alleged incident. Attorney-at-law Richard Lynch represented the footballer. St. James, a man charged after 16 illegal Haitians found in vehicle. A 33-year-old man has been charged with breaches of the Aliens Act after 16 Haitians were allegedly discovered in a car he was driving. He is Christopher Pigot, otherwise called Boise, a laborer of Montpelier District, Anchovy, St. James. Reports from the Port Antonio police are that on Wednesday, May 22, lawmen acting on information intercepted a black 2012 Nissan Serena vehicle about 10:20 a.m. along Dolphin Bay Main Road in Port Antonio, Portland. It was suspected that the vehicle was being used to transport Haitians. After the interception of the vehicle, the lawmen counted 16 illegal immigrants from Haiti. The driver was subsequently arrested and charged. His court date is being finalized. Indicom probing police a fatal shooting in Central Village. The Independent Commission of Investigations says it is probing the circumstances which resulted in the fatal shooting of a 32-year-old man by the police. Dwayne Beckford was shot along Rockland Avenue in Central Village, St. Catherine, on Thursday afternoon. Indicom says that the police reported that they were on an intelligence-led operation when, upon approaching a building, a man fired in their direction. The fire was returned and Beckford was shot. A 12-gauge shotgun was reportedly taken from him. Indicom says it was informed that no body-worn camera was issued, assigned, or used in the incident. In the meantime, Indicom is reminding the public of the importance of independent information in the investigative process. It says if there are photos, videos, or information on incidents involving members of the security forces, the same should be made available to the investigative body. They can be shared via Indicom's new WhatsApp number at 876-553-0000, or persons may contact the Office of the Commission at 876-968-1932 or 876-968-8875. Opposition urges government to act after FSC loses control of SSL. The parliamentary opposition has called for the government to urgently address the implications of Thursday's court ruling that ousted the FSC from its temporary management of SSL. In a statement Thursday afternoon, opposition spokesman on finance Julian Robinson said he is concerned that control of SSL has now been handed over to a private sector insolvency practitioner who was appointed by the same individuals who were managing SSL during the period of the alleged fraud racket. Mr. Robinson expressed deep concern over the court's decision, emphasizing the potential negative impact on investor confidence both locally and internationally. He said the decision to place SSL back under the control of a private sector insolvency practitioner who was appointed by the same individuals responsible for its mismanagement raises serious questions about the effectiveness of the country's regulatory system. Mr. Robinson underscored the need for immediate government intervention to reassure investors and to safeguard the integrity of Jamaica's financial markets. He said the government needs to act quickly to address this situation, as the ruling sends a troubling signal to financial markets and investors regarding the capacity of Jamaica's regulatory framework to handle crises within the financial sector. 2 still in hospital after deadly attack in St. Mary. 2 of the victims from Wednesday's deadly attack in St. Mary remain hospitalized in serious condition. 3-year-old Asher Campbell was killed, allegedly by an American said to be mentally ill. The news was informed that the suspect, Devon Williams, who also goes by the name Devon Reddix, is facing multiple charges as the 5 other persons were injured in the violent attack. The 6 victims were stabbed and beaten by Mr. Williams at Pagee, Port Maria, St. Mary during a violent rampage on Wednesday. It is reported that Asher was walking with his mother and other family members in their community when the man armed with a knife and a construction steel attacked them. The 3-year-old boy died from a blow to the head. His mother and the 9-year-old sister sustained knife wounds. They were released from hospital on Thursday. The news was informed that the 2 victims in hospital are being treated for severe head wounds. It is reported that Williams, who was released of a murder charge in the United States, recently arrived in the island. Meanwhile, the father of the murdered boy, Lamar Campbell, said he wants justice for his son. According to Mr. Campbell, there was more concern by some persons for the mental state of the suspect than the violent attack on his son.
You understand? They want medication after they kill my little baby. You understand?
Yes. So the man that they accused want to go to hospital.
Yeah, his son hospital saying sick. He's a madman, he want to get medication. After he kill me, beat me in the head and kill him. Need to see justice, sir. I'm in a real war. Get involved. Understand?
Ramp attendant convicted in relation to $2 billion cocaine bust at NMIA. The ramp attendant who was arrested and charged in connection with the massive cocaine seizure at the Norman Manley International Airport on December 10, 2020 has been convicted. Kimali Halls, 42, was found guilty of possession of cocaine, dealing in cocaine, attempting to export cocaine, trafficking cocaine, and the possession of criminal property when he appeared in the Kingston and the St. Andrew Parish Court on Friday. He was found not guilty of conspiracy to traffic cocaine. Mr. Hoyles is to be sentenced on September 12, 2024. Reports are that about 9:45 p.m., the Firearms and the Narcotics Investigation Division conducted an operation at the Caribbean Airlines parking lot at the NMIA. During the operation, a Honda Stream motorcar driven by Halls was searched. Some 239 parcels of cocaine worth just over $2 billion were found. Investigators also seized the cash amounting to Jamaican $125,000 from the car. Mr. Halls was subsequently arrested and charged. In the meantime, the FNID said it is working closely with the Financial Investigations Division to ensure Halls does not benefit from his criminal actions.
Is an important effort to effectively impact insider threat on our ports in Jamaica, whether it's the airport or the seaport. And the Firearms and Narcotics Investigation Division will continue to work assiduously with its local, regional, and international partners as we seek to ensure that we create an environment that is conducive to persons to engage in their legitimate trading activities without being impacted by those who are trying to profit from their illicit activity.
Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.